Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys can hear me okay. Good to see you, Paper. Carol Murray. To the yard. What does that mean? TTM, hello. Good morning. That's the latest on Kagan Klein. Yep, very possible. What's up, Marlo? V, what up? SP74. Olivia. SP says, glad to see Kagan's new continuance is only 1 week. And new deadline for motion to change his plea is 5/31. Yeah, so I wonder what the real story is. I would like to hear from Andrew Achi. Is it Achi or Aki? I think it might be Aki. Uh, Kagan's attorney, Aki. I would like to hear his side of things. Like, who fired who? Because it seems like he took him all the way to the end. And then, right when he did his job and when it was all about to be finished, Kagan's like, nope. And he's like, well, I've taken you all the way here. I'm pretty much done anyway. So I'm out. I did all the heavy lifting. You can go ahead and do this little stall campaign with somebody else. On the flip side of that corn, I was listening to corn. That coin, Kagan could be right. Maybe he wasn't being represented properly. Yeah, the video in the background is from Bill from Delphi Timeline. I just slowed it down. I figured we'll play that in the background while we chat it up. Nothing special today. We'll just hang out, answer some questions, go over some of the information that's been coming out recently. Some stuff on Flora is coming out. We're going to do a members on that next Wednesday. Hopefully, we can reach out to Tim Corbett, maybe even Ruckus and some other people that are familiar with that topic and get them to hang out with us next Wednesday. Tonight, our members meeting, we're going to discuss the John Benet Ramsey case, Nicole Bowen, Ray Hainish, Garrett Kurtz, and other possible POIs for Delphi, such as Garrett Kurtz. Karen Bentley, what's up? Patricia, good to see you. Hybrid. Hey, Sweet Jules. Good to see you. Fur Baby, hello. Christine Robbins, Melissa, Tony N. Haven't seen you in a minute. Jill Moser. Hello. Jill actually knows the people that live right there on that hill. Good to see you, Jill. JW, what's up? Bass Girl. Good to see you, Rhonda. Cindy, hello. Susie. Carol says to clear that up. Oh, while she works. Gotcha. R&B. Ruckus, yo, yo, yo. Good to see you. I'll holler at you after the live stream about something. Aki. Yeah, not Achi. Aki. I'm part Native American, so I want to say it that way. But then I'm like, that's not right. Aki. Beach Fairy, what up? Rescue all the dogs. Good to see you. Thank you, V. Good morning, Rose. Say what? Morning, Goose. Hello, beautiful. Little one, what's up? Nomad, good to see you. And CJK. So this is Bill from Delphi Timeline. He just said, heck with it. I'm going to walk the whole private drive. And he's actually walking up on the shoe tree right now. I guess a lot of people haven't seen this video or had an opportunity to get a good look. And they were kind of shocked when they saw the Lost Delphi documentary and there was an image of the shoe tree. Well, Bill had this video, I don't know, this is going on like a year now. He's walking up on it now. I slowed it down a little bit. What's up, Judy? Here, let's pause it right there. Yeah, that is kind of a strange little area, huh? The way the sun kind of shines down right there. My understanding, it is a memorial for family members who have passed away. And I think, and Jill's actually related to those folks, so she can attest to that. What's up, Frank? Silas, Lisa. Good to see you guys. What's up, Kate? Hey, Kay. Did Murder Sheet interview KK yesterday on their channel? Because I can't find the video on their site. I don't know why they're making it so difficult to find. The way I found it was linked. I think in a channel 8 or Wish TV article about the interview. I would look there and then go through the article and you'll see it. I think they link it somewhere in one of the paragraphs. What's up, Kels? Morning, Marine. Welcome. Yeah, it's beautiful out there. It's a weird tree how they got it bent over like that. Kind of make an arch over the road. And it looks like there might even be like a road or something that goes down this way. Unless that's just for the weather. Hey, what's up, Arch? Good to see you. Westeros Will. Yep. That's how they do it in the city. So I believe here, when a family member passes away, they go and grab all their shoes and throw them into the tree. Let's see. Jill's commenting on it here. Yes, my cousin Ben Weber took his own life, so the family threw his shoes in the tree for a memorial. That's so interesting. There's another article, and apparently that's something that's pretty common in Indiana anyway. Because when I was looking into the whole shoe tree thing a while back, there's a couple famous ones out there. Hey, we got mountains just like everybody else. Well, I guess we have mountains, unlike everybody else. Well, usually in the city, what you would do is you would take your friend's shoes. Like, let's say you had somebody sleeping over or somebody passed out on the couch or something like that. You would tie their shoes together. Then you'd fling them up on the power line. That way, when they were looking for their shoes, you'd be like, hey, come outside. And they'd look out, they'd come outside and their shoes would be hanging up there. Sometimes they try to get them down. Hey, Purdue, good to see you. Kay, one thing I remember about the version I listened to, it was I believe it was through Amazon. So I don't know if that helps. There's a lot of brush this time of year. But yeah, you get a good view right here. Kind of get an idea of where they went. Probably ended up somewhere over there, huh? If they ran. Right in that little opening. Judy says, "Do you have an idea who killed the girls?" Yeah, I think Richard Allen did, with possibly the help of someone else or a few others. I mean, right there under that bridge, you could hang out here and nobody would ever know. There could have been someone parked right up that private drive. Look, right there. See that back here? Let's say you're parked somewhere up the street where Bill's about to walk towards the shoe tree. Somewhere back there. Got a couple guys hiding right here under the bridge. Maybe even just one. I mean, why else come down there? You're already in pretty much in privacy right there on the south end. I guess it would be better to go down there, but why not just attack them right there? It's almost as if there's something down the hill. Why go down there? He could just attack them right there. What's stopping him? This is Bill from Delphi Timeline. If you guys want to check out his channel, the link is in the description. Yes, this private drive ends at the Weber residence. TTM says Sleuth in Detroit. The shoes are thrown over electric wires and is gang related to a death. Oh, sheesh. Take all the fun stuff and make it bad. What's going on with our youth? Hey, what's up, Phil? Tech Death Hippie. What up, pimpin'? That's awesome in Philly. When our sneakers die, we toss them up. I like the sound of that. Almost like you're retiring them. So I'm pretty sure it's Richard Allen on that bridge. He's taking them down this hill. Why? What's down there? There's a road down there, right? And we know that Kay Weber is a snowbird. She was in Arizona at the time. Maybe they had knowledge of that. There you go. Delphi Timeline, also known as Bill. Yeah, that water was probably pretty cold. Maybe not freezing cold, but yeah, it was definitely cold. I think it was what, like 55 out? So the water was probably what, 30 degrees? Maybe less? Blank screen. What up? Hey, Lynn. Good to see you. Yeah, they had no chance. And I don't know if it was possible for Richard Allen to attack both of them unless he attacked one very quickly. It just doesn't make sense. And we would think if they had DNA, this would be an open and shut situation, you know. DNA um, should be all over there that matches Richard Allen. But if they have an unknown DNA, that means that, you know, it's likely there was somebody else down there, maybe even doing most of the physical work. SP74 is asking, was the gate to that drive unlocked for cars? So we're gonna let this finish so that we can answer her question. And I asked Bill that, and he'll show it to us right now. He does a close up on the actual gate. It's not locked. It has a chain, and then the chain is just wrapped around a pole. So anybody could get out of their vehicle, unwrap the chain, and open the gate. But it even appears that if you really wanted to, you can go around it. But if you look at a map, there's also ways, back trails, ever before you get to this gate, way before you get to this gate, where you can just go around it. Art 19. Susie says it's still up on Art 19. That sounds familiar. That might have been what I was watching. So here, let me zoom a little bit. Not zoom, but speed up, fast forward. Here's the gate. So it doesn't look like you can go around anywhere here, but way before this house and even another one, there's a way to just hit these back trails near the creek right here. I don't know if you can do that in a truck, maybe a quad, ATV or something. Oh, let me go back. Yeah, see how the chain is just kind of wrapped? It's not locked. Nomad says there was a car down the hill on the private drive waiting, in my opinion. I mean, why else? Why else go down there? I mean, I guess it is a little more private than right on top of the south end of that bridge, but not much. I mean, it's kind of like you're more exposed. So let's start it over. So right here, when he kind of turns around, like look how secluded it is right there. Right here. Why not just attack them right here where he grabbed him? Is it just the fact that he knows people go on that bridge? He was on that bridge. They were on that bridge. I need to get them off this bridge. Yeah, but he did. He attacked them. It happened. Bonnie says if it turns out Brad Weber is part of this plan, I'd investigate his brother's death, who was actually with his brother. Well, that's a. I haven't seen any information to suggest that, other than he lives right there. We all saw what happened to Ron Logan. Hey, Bossy. Why are there shoes on the trees? We talked about that. Am I that far behind the chat? Let me zoom down here. Sorry. Whoa. I guess so. Nomad. I seen a Sasquatch in Sholo back in 2015. It was even in the newspapers. Yeah, we debunked that. Debunked that. That was just me hiking. I get that a lot. When I would visit Idaho, they're really big into squatching. V says BW is a creep, though, in my opinion. Well, we've heard of a few incidences that happened. But I mean, then again, these people were trespassing, so who knows? Could get frustrating. Squatch intuition. That's funny. Good one, Beach. In my area, it's a sure sign of a stinky tree. Man, this tree smells like stinky feet. It smells like Parmesan cheese around this mother. So up that way is the Weber residence up on this little hill back here. And that is where you saw the divers park. They kind of parked up on this hill right here. A little more back, a little further back. And then they walked probably down this way and down the path. Probably seemed a little bit easier than the cemetery side. Yeah, I think that's just a rumor. Slathering says, hello, saw the interview, was very interesting. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I liked the part where he was talking about meeting with McClelland. Very interesting. No, it wasn't a baby squatch. She's like, I really seen it. I swear. Hey Lauren, so KK getting new representation will pump they brakes on the Richard Allen case. I don't know. I don't know if it's in lieu of. I'm not sure. Beach Fairy, do you think McClellan was so nice because he's trying to keep KK sweet and playing? Yeah, I think so. I hope so. Yeah, keep him nice and happy. Maserati, what up? How couldn't they find the girls that night? This always boggled me. Whoever else was involved has to be a powerful person in the community. This was a plan of crafty counsel. Yeah, something is very strange with the not only the hour and 45 minutes between when the accused, Richard Allen, supposedly confronted Abby and Libby to the point he was seen as this muddy and bloody person. So who knows what's going on with that? But yeah, that's a whole lot of time, and there's a whole lot of information we don't know. For one, why go down the hill that when you get down the hill, there's a private drive there. And on that private drive leads to a home where nobody's living there at the moment. They're snowbirds. They're on vacation. So they just have Brad who visits around 4, I believe, randomly. Checks in on the place like every other day or so. We have the Ron Logan affidavit saying no signs of a fight or a struggle. So I mean, did they get taken away and brought back? Um, Mike Patty was asked that same exact question. He says, "Hey, you know what? I haven't been told anything for sure, but from the information that I've gathered from a boots on the ground perspective, he doesn't believe that, but he can't say for sure." Maserati, I don't believe the muddy and bloody witness, but who knows? Yeah, I mean, that's already a strange one because that witness didn't come forward for like a month and a half or something like that. So it wasn't somebody who came forward right away. And there have been some names thrown around with some peculiar timing with some charges that they had. But then you have other people like the murder sheet and people with sources close to the case that say, hey, you guys got the wrong girl. That's not the muddy and bloody witness. So, yeah, very confusing. See, and there's like a road that goes back there. You see that? And I'm sure that's going to lead to maybe a fishing spot or something down there. But you can clearly see the tracks. Hey, Colette. Oh, Brad actually lives there? Wow. And I think they searched his home like right after too. So our Barley 18, that's a really good point. That's a good way to look at things. Very outside the box. With him being a farm tech, maybe the owners got meds there and seen or was told to transfer the medicine out of town. Yeah, that's very interesting. He would have access to that information or just maybe know. Like, hey, if this was premeditated and they started planning it either, who knows, maybe weeks prior or a week prior, he may have thought, hey, well, let's get him to the Monon High Bridge because I'm pretty sure the people that live there might be out of town. But if Brad lived there, that really wouldn't be true. They wouldn't be out of town. What's up, Darren? Eric Williams in his interview said he saw quad tracks leading up to a house from Deer Creek search area. Yeah, and that's a theory I really wanted to push. I have a video where I came out with this quad theory, and that's how they got across the river as well. Like they just drove across. Because if you go a little bit further down that creek, there is somewhat of a natural bridge. It's not likely. Maybe they didn't even need to cross. Maybe they ran, but they parked a quad somewhere near there. It's possible. I just haven't seen anything solid to where a witness was like, "Yeah, I seen a quad out there that day." You know. I just think it's strange um, that he needs to get them down there. Like he's gonna park at the CPS building. He's gonna pass these girls. He's gonna um, let a single female get away, and then he's gonna wait for a Snapchat photo. Boom, Snapchat photo of Abby's put out. He's like, well, there they are. They're on the bridge. You know, maybe even somebody texted him back saying, "Hey, okay, we're just keep going. We're on the other side over there." Before they know it, somebody's coming up from the north end, kind of squeezing them out on that south side. They don't know what to do. Like, where are they going to go? There was probably a point where they could have took off down the hill, but something in them just was like, well, in reality, normal people aren't going to like, yeah, we should be afraid. This is a stranger and he seems really weird. But in a normal place, they really shouldn't be scared, right? And I'm sure at one point they got really scared and then they kind of came to their senses. Were like, we shouldn't be scared. What is this guy doing? And then it went from that to terrified, realizing that they were not in a normal situation anymore. So you're telling me you can't have a vehicle parked anywhere out here without being detected? Yeah, bossy. I'm very curious to know what happened. Because if he's trying to get him down that hill because of a road, it's very likely that somebody's waiting down there in a vehicle. He parked his vehicle at the CPS building. Knockface says, just a word about the shoes in the trees, power lines, etc. I know in Texas, particularly the Hispanic Latin neighborhoods and the barrios, shoes on power lines and trees is a gang sign of turf marking, FYI. See, that seems to be the case. I think, who said that in Detroit? So you got to be careful. You got to know the language and the markings, the writing on the wall. Lauren, no. I don't know why it's so hard to find. Another thing I find strange is if they were moved and staged, why would they find the unspent bullet where they were found? Why pull out a gun if they're already gone? That's what I'm saying. To me, He was done with whatever he was doing. He's like, okay, I don't need this gun anymore. I need to put this away. But hey, I don't want to shoot myself, while I'm doing this or hiding this weapon. Let me go ahead and, clear the chamber. Not really, maybe not even thinking about it. Maybe more in a panic mode. High adrenaline. Yeah, I think in whatever state he was in, he made mistakes. Thanks, Joe. EW also said that they searched the area that the girls were ultimately found in, and he was confused how they weren't found that night. Yeah, Ron Logan said something similar. He said he went out there and kind of looked at what was going on. He said people were stomping all through his property right there where they were. And then when he eventually seen them, he explained it as that they were kind of out in the open. Yeah, that's a good point, Bossy. Bossy says they use quads in the search, though, also. SP says, I can see how they were easily missed in the dark. It took them 5 hours in daylight to find them. R Barley 18, the KK interview makes me more believe he prepped accounts and sold them, and his lack of talking because of people with power involved. That whole former mayor now defends office guy is odd to me. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Good to see you. Hi, Leslie. Bill's channel is Delphi Timeline. The description or the links in my description on this video. It's your gut feeling. And this is kind of looking at the K or the Weber property from the side of the crime scene. So they kind of have like this creek that goes back here. Some weird statues. I thought that was weird. Some non secular. I think what is that? Mary, Jesus, and another one here. So three religious statues facing the crime scene. I don't know what that means. All right, here's a close up. It looks like they had a bridge that went over this little creek. Seen better days, apparently. It's a good question. Beach Fairy's asking, how did the 2 a.m. phone ping info get leaked? Found out about, I think it was Barb McDonald that dug up all that information while working on a story with for HLN. Hey, Sparky, safe travels. Thank you, V. Now, here's a good photo. So if you're Richard Allen or you're that whoever the bridge guy is, we're assuming it's Richard Allen, which it most likely is, right? Why not attack right here? You know, on that south end. Was there something already at the crime scene? Did he like have something set up already? You remember Hannah Shakespeare? In the documentary, she's at the crime scene and she's looking around. And it kind of looks like the trees are in a circle. She's like, this place looks staged, almost like it's a stage. So was that what was down the hill? He needed to get them down the hill and across the creek to the stage. I mean, what was it? Uh, Kimmy Connect says, still a lone wolf, but you made some good points leading to possible connections to KK. Yeah, there could be a connection there that maybe they don't even know about. If you're dealing with this whole huge CSAM ring, I mean, when I hear huge CSAM ring, I don't hear like two people. To me, that's a lot of numbers there. A lot of people are involved. Well, Mike Patty said 5, and that's what the Ron Logan affidavit says. 5:30 was the last ping. But we know that's not true. That's another inconsistency in the Ron Logan affidavit. Hey, digital. Jill says yes. Kay Weber is really religious. Are they Catholic? Because a lot of my family members are Catholic, and but they're Hispanic, and they have like statues everywhere, but not in the backyard, like facing like the crime scene. Not saying anything. That just might be like, hey, we're blessing this area, but I do find it strange that those statues are looking at the crime scene and that balcony. Even Kim Riley, he's like, yeah, there's a home out here. You can actually see the crime scene from the balcony. He's talking about the Weber residence. So I mean, that's interesting and unfortunate for them. Yeah, that could be the case. All right, guys, we got about 10 minutes. Cindy says the interesting thing about this case is there are so many different views on the murders that when you look at first glance, all seems reasonable. And it's not only the way we all perceive this case, it's kind of the strange part about it is how law enforcement, investigators, and the FBI, anybody who played a part in law enforcement, they've all been kind of doing weird stuff. You know what I mean? The case itself is already strange. And then you got all this weird stuff going on with the investigators. It's just really weird. On a scale of 1 to 10 on weirdness, we're like at a 12. And it seems like this case only gets weirder and weirder and weirder as it goes on. I mean, with this case, even though Kagan's not directly related, even with that case, we can't just get a sentencing and then get a final answer. It's like it's got to be like Days of Our Lives, the sand through the hourglass. Lynn says there was yellow tape at the south end, but Libby was already going down the hill at the video we saw. Yeah, she was like not going down the hill, but she was off. I believe that she was off of the bridge. She was like off of the bridge, off of the platform, and just kind of down a little bit to her right. And I think that's what caused a lot of issue because from the angle she's filming this guy on the bridge, it makes him appear very tall. It's kind of like how they film Tom Cruise or short people. They film them from the ground up. Yeah, maybe they put him up after. I think it was around 9 a.m. They were able to resume searching. Yes, due to fog, drastic temperature change. We sit right at the meeting point of the two jet streams. GP, everyone keeps talking about this interview that the murder sheet had with Kevin Klein. Is it? Yeah, I found it online, but it's tough to find. I don't know if they're not on all those platforms that they were previously. They mentioned something about YouTube. They might put it on YouTube. The way I found it was an article put out yesterday by Wish TV or News Channel 8. And they even play parts of it. But if you go through the actual article, not the video, you'll find a link. Spotify. Yeah, you got it, Nomad. Sorry about that. We've been on vacation, so we're sleeping in. Good morning, Chopper. Hey, what's up, Bogey? Yeah, it really should have been solved. If Richard Allen's the guy that participated or killed these girls out there and came forward the way that he did, this should have been solved a long time ago. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of strange things that came into play. Like, think about it. Let's say it was Richard Allen and he never came forward, right? He just committed the murder and he took off running and he hid, and he was hoping he never got caught. Well, if he would have never came forward, those witnesses would have been like, yeah, I think, he looked like this. They would have had the description, and then they eventually would have caught Richard Allen. And all the witnesses would have been like, yep, that's the guy we seen. And the fact that he did not come forward would have enabled them to go and search his home. Like, hey, we have all these witnesses that you were there. You didn't come forward. The judge is going to allow us now to search your home. But what he did was he did come forward. He's like, yeah, I saw those witnesses and they saw me. I'm not denying that I wasn't out there. I just didn't kill anybody. He took everything away that they had. They can't bring something to the judge and say, hey, we have these witnesses and this people that they saw Richard Allen out there on the bridge. Well, what did Richard Allen say? Oh, he said he was out there. Did he say he went on the bridge? Yeah, he went on the bridge. Did the witnesses see him on the bridge? Yeah. Okay. We need more. That might be a conflict right there. Like, that's just not enough. We can't go search this man's home. We need more. We need one piece. Lauren says, welcome to rural Indiana, a bunch of idiots. You can see Ron Logan's dog. Yeah, and you do have a trail that goes right from Ron Logan's house, and it goes directly. And I don't know if that's a trail or maybe some water runoff, but it looks like a trail, maybe like a game trail. Not quite sure, but it goes directly towards the center of the crime scene. All right, guys, that's all the time that we have. If you could, please hit the like button on your way out. If you're part of the replay crew, drop a comment. I will take a look and respond to you when I can. And members, don't forget, 9 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to get together. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk about the John Bonet case. They're trying to get DNA from the fingernails tested, so we might be looking at a huge break in that case here in the near future. Nicole Bowen, Ray Hainish, and Garrett Kurtz, and other possible POIs for Delphi. All right, guys. I will see you members a little bit later, and everybody else, I'll see you soon. Peace out.